Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for September 3rd of 2025 is titled Cir X-1, Jets in the Africa Nebula. So, what do we see here? Well, what is the Africa Nebula? It's actually a supernova remnant, and Cir X-1 is the X-ray source at the center of this remnant. And it will be a neutron star, the collapsed core of a star that has been collapsed to the density of the atomic nucleus. And to do that, you take all of the space not only between the atoms, which is quite a bit of space, but the amount of space within the atoms as well, and crush all of that out of existence, packing the matter as close as it can possibly be. And that then gives an extremely dense star, something only a few kilometers across, but having the mass of the Sun, or even more, even twice the mass of the Sun. And that is labeled here at the center as the core. You can see the core labeled there, as well as two lobes going out to either side, and that is what is known as the active jet. That is the current jet active going from this neutron star. Now we know that these jets often form around a neutron star, which can also become a pulsar, and a rapidly spinning pulsar can emit beams of material along its axis. Now that's because of the magnetic field. The magnetic field, as the star collapses, strengthens and becomes many times stronger than the typical magnetic field of a star. And that then confines the material. The charged particles being expelled outward are forced to go perpendicular to this magnetic field along the magnetic axis in order to escape. And that's what gives us the jets. And we see that in things like these types of supernovae, but we also see them on an even larger scale around black holes, supermassive black holes in other galaxies. Now, one of the interesting things that has been found with recent studies here is that we find that these jets formed very early. And that's what we see with the bubbles, and the bubble with ring on each side really tells us that this jet had been active previously. It had gone through various stages. And that, by the timing, we can figure out that it was about 100 years after this explosion of the supernova. So these jets have to form relatively fast, and they also have to be far more powerful than we previously thought. And that's in order to explain the bubbles that we see, the material. They have to be much stronger jets than had been previously expected. So these studies done by various arrays of telescopes looking at this area have been able to really tell us a little more and try to learn a little bit more about the process that occurs after a supernova as that pulsar begins to form. So that was our picture of the day for September 3rd of 2025. It was titled Cir X-1, Jets in the Africa Nebula. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.